What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dave in the Cave, coming to you live and direct from my man cave here in New Jersey. Here for a late new comic book day haul. Actually picked up my stack from my LCS earlier today. 17 books total. So you'll see 6 DC books, 11 Marvel books. I'll warn you now, it's Spidey heavy. You'll normally see a lot of Spidey books from me, only because that's again what I'm actively pursuing as far as completing the collection. A little bit of a completionist, so you'll see lots of variants, a lot of high ratio variants as well. So let's just jump right into it. I'm actually going to start with my DC haul. So we'll start things off with this Justice League Odyssey number 11. Cover art on these has really been really interesting. Also seeing them gear up towards this You're the Villain thing. Really excited to see where we're going to go next. Next two are going to be Wonder Woman books. Huge Wonder Woman fan. Really like the storyline. Have always been into really all things Wonder Woman. So you'll see both covers here. Certainly cover A in the regular, and then cover B by Jenny Frison. Huge fan of hers. All the way back to her days of doing the covers for Revival. You'll actually see that in my title and credit slides. Huge Revival fan. I thought that series was absolutely amazing, and really sad to see it go. Next up, again, another one of my favorite cover artists. I'm really excited to see that he's going to be at Baltimore Comic Con this year. This one is a Superman 13 with cover art by Adam Hughes. Actually have a couple covers coming in, next week for this book. Really want to submit this in, have him sign it, and ultimately slab it. Another book that I'm picking up both covers up on a monthly basis is Catwoman. Certainly you have the regular here, which again, it's the regular art's been I should say the regular cover art has always been pretty good, but anytime that you can get Artgerm on a cover, I'm always going to pick it up. This one is actually the cardstock variant. I also have coming in the mail the foil version from Comic Sketch Art, so really excited to add those to the PC. So we're going to jump into Marvel, guys. Like I said, 11 books here. This is going to be Spidey heavy, so I'm certainly going to save those towards the end. So we're going to open things up with a new series and a new book, Invisible Woman number 1. Really not sure, again, where this story is going to go. I'm actually not caught up, just in the sense of where she comes into, the picture of, bringing her in and kind of having her own offshoot story. Nonetheless, again, anytime you can get Adam Hughes on cover art, that is never a bad thing. Super excited to have this. Also, once again, do have the foil version coming in the mail from Comic Sketch Art. We'll definitely throw that in the portfolio box to ultimately have it submitted and signed. Another book that I'm picking up multiple covers on, I think all of us are picking up multiple covers on this, is Black Cat. So here is Black Cat number 2. The infamous, and certainly again one of my favorites, J. Scott Campbell on cover art. Amazing cover. Not surprised in the least. And number 2, another guy that's absolutely on fire in my personal opinion is Mark Brooks, and I feel like anything that he touches lately is just straight fire for one reason or another. But this is actually the Carnageized variant, and again, his art is fantastic. It just looks so realistic. Really happy to have this in the collection. Another book, really interesting just in the sense of how they framed it up. It's actually a True Believers book, but it's a blatant cover swipe of Amazing Spider-Man 361, the first appearance of Carnage. Really interesting how they would change the title. Nonetheless, I'm certainly going to filter this and file it away with my Spidey collection. So speaking of Spidey, I mean, I feel like that was a perfect segue. You're gonna see 7 Spidey books here. I'll definitely walk you through them, give you some background on who did cover art, and we can really chop it up. So here is cover A, Amazing Spider-Man number 25. This book is 60 pages, so it I guess it quantifies the $7.99 price tag, which is ridiculous for a lot of different reasons. But you have Ryan Ottley on cover art here, real interesting. Cover B is actually Patrick Gleason, really interesting. I actually think this is his first book since he signed the new deal with Marvel, so definitely happy to have it in the collection. Cover C is actually the Todd Knock Carnageized variant. So we have Mary Jane, certainly looking really scary. Very happy to have it. Cover D is actually really interesting. I like the art on it. I actually like the color blocking on it. But this one's actually called the Pop Chart cover. So not necessarily sure of the context, but any event, I'm very happy to have it into the collection once again. Cover E is actually just the blank variant. Lots of room to work if sketches are your thing. Definitely will add it to my blank collection for sure. The cover F is actually an incentive variant cover. This is actually, I believe it's the 1 in 10. This is actually done by Walter Simonson. Digging the colors on this. Really do like it. Happy to have it. And the last Amazing Spider-Man 25 that I do have is another incentive cover. This is actually the 1 in 20. It's either the 1 in 20 or the 1 in 25. This one is actually done by Dan Hip. I really do dig it. I mean, I think it looks like something that we watched on Saturday mornings when we were younger. Also like the fact that all the pictures in the background really do look like Polaroids. So definitely happy to have it. The crazy part about this is I actually didn't pick up all of the variants for Amazing Spider-Man this week. There were definitely, I think it was either 2 or 3 more, but they were certainly heavy on the price tag. One was a Ditko. The other was certainly I think it was a 1 in 200. I was actually going for I think anywhere between $160 and $170. So we'll save that for another time. But guys, that's pretty much it. That's my haul for this week. Again, certainly late on pickup, so you'll definitely see a common theme there in some of my new comic book day videos. But thank you again for stopping by the channel. Definitely like, sub up, comment on a lot of the content that you're going to see. So officially, this is Dave in the Cave signing out. Thanks.